check. Microphone check. Microphone check. 1, 2. What is it?
Bang,
To this day.
bang, bang.
Check,
To this
check,
day.
check, 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 check. Microphone check. 1, 2. Microphone check. 1, 2. We know how we sounding on the audios.
Face first.
Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome to another episode of Third Eye Thursdays. This is your host with the most, your good brother, Red Pill in the building.
To this day.
Yeah,
Shit like
yeah,
To this day.
motherfucking building.
To this
That
day.
part. We here.
To this
Aight.
day.
They said the audio was gooch. So we in this thing. Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome to another episode of Third Eye Thursdays. You are now rocking with the best. You dig? You are now rocking with the best. Yes, indeed. Peace to everyone in the building, all right? Was really good. Was really good. Shout out to everybody pulling up. You know what I'm talking about? I just want to let y'all know 9 p.m. tonight, we are going to be doing a free masterclass on KTLUniversity.com. You have to be signed up to be in the building. We only have 500 tickets and seating is very limited. Go and get your ticket before them shits are gone. I will be up out of here at 9 p.m. to go and teach a free masterclass for all of my digital nomads in the building, all of my KT aliens, all of my almighty intelligence.
To
You
this
feel
day.
me? Everybody that's ready to get some motherfucking bread with this AI and stop playing games and staring gift horse in a mouth. I'll see you at 9 p.m. You feel me? I see you at 9 p.m. This thing is gonna do what it do. With you or without you. With me or without me. Yeah. So quick roll call. Those elaborate intros that y'all was used to, yeah, we not doing that no more because that's a copyright strike. They've been tearing me up on the back office. Everything that I got, my intros, everything is a problem to them. So yeah, we not doing that right now. We coming right through the same way all of your other YouTube shows be coming through. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we doing it. Yeah. All right. So let's do the roll call. Shout out to everybody in the building. What's popping? Okay. We got Tallahassee in the building. Shout out to Tallahassee in the building. Yeah. What's up, Florida and all of that? You know what I'm talking about? 305. Sanford, Florida. Same thing over there. Yeah. You know, same energy. Yeah. What's popping? Shout out to all of my Florida family. Land of Flowers. Yeah. All right now. Peoria, Illinois. Shout out to all of my Illinois family. I hope all is well. You know what I mean? It's looking kind of crazy out there with them spills and whatnot. Looking like they trying to poison them on them. You know what I'm saying? Just boil your water. Boil your water. And keep your head on swivel. Stay dangerous. Denver in the building. All right, DMV in the building, Boston in the building, Cali in the building, Waterbury in the building, Stone Mountain in the building, Philly in the building. You dig? All right now. All right now. Cleveland checking in. All right now. PG in the building. Philly in the building. Y'all all right over there in Philly? Y'all all right? Louisiana in the building. Tremont in the building. West Virginia. That part. Brick City. Bama, Flatbush, via KTL, man. That part. That's what's up. All right, so we ain't gonna do a hour-long roll call. I know y'all in the building. Like I said, when it's 5 minutes to 9, I'm out of here. I got a free masterclass that I'll be doing, and I'm excited about that. So without any further ado, let's get into this conversation for tonight. I have a guest in the building. Tonight's episode is an epilogue. We're closing out Winning Room 3. This is just us This is us riding out into the sunset tonight. You know what I mean? This is our epilogue. So many things have happened ever since we announced the announcement for Winning Rome Part 3. You know what I'm saying? Ever since we made that announcement, we've seen the world change. Things will never be the same again. You know, the great divine speaks through signs. I want to say thank you to the ancestors for continuing to work through us and whatnot, divinely in front of millions of peoples and whatnot. I'm honored. I'm talking about I'm honored to be chosen. But let me go ahead and open up the line for my co-host for the night, the one and only. You already know what it is. Our brother, your brother. You know what I mean?
To this day.
None other.
To this day.
Oh, Pablo in the building. Got body. He's good. I'm talking about.
To the family.
Shout out to the family.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
I tapped
Yeah,
in.
let's talk about everything that's going on right now. Chat
No,
room.
hold on.
Right.
They didn't see me on camera for a minute, so out of appreciation, and as a celebration for a job well done, you feel me?
Right.
I could come from behind the curtain and
Right.
definitely say thank you to everybody, who trusted enough in us to allow us to navigate and take them through, you know, uh I wouldn't even say choppy waters, but these happy waters of the Aquarian age. You feel me? And the symbol and the sign of happy is the twin, the smart Tawi, the upper and the lower Kemet. That's what the symbol or the motif represents. Um, we might be in Aquarian season, right? But the Gemini energy is strong out there. Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes. Shout out to
Like,
the Chiefs. Big dogs.
yeah, to the Philly family. Hopefully you're okay. You know, and I'm
We love
here,
you, Philly.
the Royal Teeth Lab. I got my grills in, you know, and yeah, we shined up. Let's talk about it.
Yes, indeed. What we're gonna be doing in this epilogue, because we do have time restraints. We can't hang out for 3 hours and beat on our drums. We are gonna walk through the closing out of our demonstration. All right. The When in Rome trilogy, right? Yeah. The trilogy, the Trinity, the triad. Um, I'm very elated.
Get a three-peat.
You put forth 7 hours of some
Whew.
fire ass information, 7 hours of some deep ass research. We compiled metadata and we delivered it. We delivered it in a fashion to whereas we fed the people a plate that they could continuously eat from. I look forward to some of our collegiate minded brothers and sisters to start putting together treatises, dissertations, uh, and to really take this work, this living work, and do something with it.
Yeah, like as members of this community, you feel me? We get scrutinized for things that other people do. To the collegiate body, to the studious body out there, scrutinize the work, right? Go in the work with a measuring stick. You feel me? Stop attributing what we do to supernatural powers.
Right.
No disrespect to Shango, this is Thursday and everything, but stop running with the cloth. You know what I'm saying? That you want to minimize people's greatness and put them in the corner of smallness, but when they get bigger than life, you want to run and give it to supernatural entities all of a sudden. And I'm like, damn, like, let us work, measure the work. Gauge me on if I say these are the prophecies and the philosophies of Pope Pablo. The one time that I may ever be wrong, that's when everybody's gonna come out.
Oh no, it's gonna be the Crusades. They coming for your ass. Pause. Oh, yeah, coming
But
for you,
yeah,
bro.
they be silent when you
Flip
dead
up once.
said piece by piece, brick by brick, into the very last day or the moment that we do the demonstration. I promised you the Super Bowl. I said it's going to be the road to Rome. It delivered. You feel me?
Right.
Symbolism wise,
It did.
through and
True enough.
through, even to the point where the 44 won the game again. Now it was a battle and a duel of the 44. My thing was, would you rather be the $44 million man like Hurt, or would you rather run the 44 yards like Mahomes on a sprained ankle and win the chip?
Legend.
Right. So
Legend.
the script is there, the narrative is there. Like, stop minimizing people's greatness to make yourselves feel comfortable, family. Just put the thing where it needs to be so we can, open up the floor for more magical things to come through
Yeah,
observation.
most shit.
Most shit.
Yeah.
So
Can't get no new blessings or blessings if you don't pay homage to the first one that's coming through. If you don't acknowledge it or something like. But once again,
no.
I don't want to. Yeah. What I do want to do though in this epilogue is I want to cover some of the occurrences that have occurred ever since the demonstration on Monday, which
Yes.
was our demonstration for winning Room 3. So we are on Thursday,
Well, right.
and yes,
I'll tell you one that you may have missed. We ended the event at 1:44 a.m. and literally the minute that I ended it, I went into my email and opened up my alerts for um for it was the 44s, I believe. And they found the lady in Russia. I mean in Turkey. Uh
rubble
huh?
under the rubble,
Yeah, under the rubble.
right?
44 hours after, after the earthquake, I believe.
Be, because we're in miracle time now. This is
Yeah.
miracle row.
And I screenshotted it. I saw the article at 1:44 and it was 44 hours and I had to reference it. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah.
Right.
Like these are blessings. I literally ended the lecture and said, we'll see signs that'll come. There's a segment about Turkey in the lecture that is a very prominent one because I explained not only is that where Paul started his mission in 44 AD in Antioch, but he went from Turkey to Syria. The road to Damascus is where he converted from Saul to Paul. But also, Turkey is the home of Revelation, the Church of Revelation, hence Philadelphia, right? Is located in Turkey, but it's also the location where Christians started becoming called Christians.
Right.
So I'm like, I ain't even have to go no further. It didn't take 1 minute, literally, for the confirmations to start presenting themselves. And then, rather than self-aggrandizement, you give it up. Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, God is great. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the signs and the confirmations. Thank you for that life preserved. Thank you for those miracles at the end of
Right.
the day. This thing is bigger than us. You
That's what
feel
I'm saying. Like I said, the first person you have to give it up to is God or whoever you identify as God, because it's you two. Y'all are the first one that are seeing the miracles. Everybody else is afterwards. So you can't look past, the great divine for speaking through signs and then try to bang on, like you said, try to self-anoint yourself or beat on your drums or go to the people. You first give it up, Allahu Akbar, to the one who is, painting these canvases that's making this art known, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what I call the sweet science, synchronicity,
Yeah, synchromysticism, synchronicity.
mysticism.
You know, yeah, these real time confirmations that really express to you, like I said, about the sixth epoch. You know, the universe is already conscious. When is man going to become conscious that the universe is already conscious? And we have a conjoined symbiotic relationship. Every time that you learn something, it learns something.
Facts.
And it should be vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But you have to get out of your own way so you can receive these blessings and these downloads. You know what I'm saying? And the energy of unreceptivity or haterhood is gonna lock you off from the universe. Because you think that it's about a person. It's about you. This is your test to see whether you can open your hands long enough to receive blessings. That's all.
That's
That's
a fact.
But yeah, what else you got?
Um, I was pointing out the situations that are going on with the train derailings.
Whew.
We did cover that in the lecture. However, it has picked up.
It's
Um,
intensified.
it intensified because since Monday, there's been approximately 3 to 4 other derailments in major places, major grids, on major geomantric lines. We had one in Texas,
Oh no, let's
Houston to be exact.
on. Let's talk about the one on Monday. Tucson.
Okay. In Tucson, right? Let's
Right,
talk about it.
right outside of Phoenix on the
Right
33rd,
outside of where?
right? Tucson, the home of the gym show.
Right,
Where I would have literally physically been had I not stayed behind and said, let me really just focus on this lecture.
right,
I don't even have time for the gyms. I went and put the gyms in the grill.
right.
Yeah, because you joints is opals. Yeah. So Tucson,
You like
right?
that? Yo, you like the new Toby. Hold on.
He said Toby.
You like the new Toby, nigga? Well, go ahead.
Yeah. And then Texas. Speak on Texas, please.
There was a biohazard spill in Texas. A train derailed and spilled toxic chemicals.
Mm,
The situation in East Palestine, Ohio, is a natural disaster, one of the greatest natural disasters on American soil in a
mm,
very, very long time. And they detonated the quote unquote train that was leaking toxic fumes into the air and also into the soil and also into the water. It was a controlled demolition, right? And
mm,
it had a mushroom cloud in the air, and that mushroom cloud was spreading all throughout Ohio and even in Pittsburgh because of the wind patterns. They
mm.
said it was very windy the day of, and it started picking up and blowing the void. I mean, blowing the
The
smoke,
fumes.
blowing the toxins all throughout that region.
Biden from?
Say it again.
Ain't that where Biden is from? Stratton?
Yeah, but this wasn't in Stratton. This
No,
was
I'm
in
saying
Palestine. 90%.
Stratton is not that far from Pittsburgh.
Not that far from it, right?
Yeah.
90% European in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like the movie on Netflix. Exactly. Just was conspicuously filmed in the same exact town. East Palestine, right? East, look at the place, pay attention to the places where these things are taking place, where all of these historic events are happening. When they go back in the history books and they read over February 2023, you had incidents taking place in Dead Horse, Alaska.
Whew.
That's considered to be the edge of the earth. That's where they shot down not a weather balloon, but a UFO. Because to my knowledge, that's the first place after the balloon incident. This was in Charleston, right off of the coast of South Carolina, where the Civil War launched at Fort Sumter,
I'm down with
right?
that. Yeah.
So, no,
We're
no,
not
that's
creating
machine
that.
gun
Yeah.
monitors on. I told you the shit is hooked up to Lambda. But anyway, off the coast of South Carolina is where the Civil War officially started. That's where the weather balloon for China gets shot down. It pops up by Montana, but it
Yeah.
gets shot down right over there by Charleston. I got
How you go from the
a
Midwest,
bridge,
or they say what's called once again the heart of America? What is Kansas again?
the heart of America, the
Yeah.
breadbasket of America,
No, it's literally the heart of America's Kansas
the
City.
heart of America, right?
So they said now it pops up over the heart of America, but it ends up on the coast of South Carolina. How you get from Alaska to South Carolina?
Right.
Yeah,
Nobody
yeah,
even
is down.
bothered to do the knowledge on that. Then the other shot down is in Yukon,
Yeah,
right? So the historic um
relevance.
relevance of Yukon go all the way back into the beginning of the Americas. Um then we have in Lake Huron,
Huron.
right?
You got Yukon and Huron, right?
We got Yukon and Huron. Okay. So Lake Huron is also another place of historical reverence when it comes to America.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's on the 44 parallel.
That also,
East
right.
Palestine 40 parallel. Shout out to Ross Ben. He will be back soon.
Right. Shout out to Ross Ben
And
and all of the
to
monumental work
summarize,
that he's been
that's
doing.
40th parallel line lecture that he's been doing about the 40 parallel line. So East Palestine, Ohio is on the 40 parallel. I'm listening.
Right. They went ahead in the course of a week and changed the names of UFOs to UAPs. They changed the lexicon, they changed the meaning, and they took it out of the quote unquote nomenclature of the American public by not saying UFOs, by saying UAPs, unidentified aerial
Phenomena.
phenomena, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they publicly came forward on Tuesday, the day after When in Rome Part 3, and officially said that they shot down a cigar-shaped ship. Now, if anybody is tapped into the quote-unquote UFO, unidentified flying objects lore and whatnot, you know about the cigar ships, right?
It should,
And
right.
if you are students of Ross Ben, when he breaks down the Star Nation, he makes the differences. Also, Blue Pill has done this many times on the show. You know the difference between the Star Nation and you know the difference between the cigar shaped ships, right? So they publicly said
Yeah.
that they are shooting down invaders, right? Yes, Trump's Space Force does begin to make more sense now, of course, right? They did say that they shot down all three of them. Yes, they did. Okay. Yes, that is East Palestine in the US. And then there was a derailment in Cairo, US. Okay. Now, what's not being said and what's not being spoken of is the fact that the feds were locking up quote unquote race soldiers a few weeks ago over the connections between them plotting on blowing up transformers, right? And the power grids. Okay. But when we look at what's taking place with the train derailments, one can't rule out sabotage because I was watching a Vice episode where they were talking about the uptick in train derailments and how they have devices that could throw the trains off of the track. Small earthquake in Cairo, Illinois. Yes, thank you.
And right. And then I'll let you continue.
No, please add on.
Nah, go ahead. I'm pulling something up.
So we have all of these situations that are just popping up and occurring in real time.
There was another derailment in Michigan, right near Detroit. There was another derailment today in Illinois, I believe. So I think you might be missing out some derailments and some explosion. There was also a chemical plant explosion.
There was a plane that fell right out of the sky. Where at? I was watching that online the other day. I'm talking about like birds fall out of the sky, a dead drop. Right. There was another train derailment in Houston, Texas. Yes. So there are some things taking place. If you were to ask me to make an assessment of what it is going on, I would say that we are in the throes of World War III, 444. I would say that it's actually going down right now. Okay, right as we speak, we're in the throes of a global conflict, and yeah, the Black Hawk Down in Alabama. Yes.
Wow.
Then the mass shooting in Michigan, another situation similar to the situations that took place with the Chinese Lunar Year, where you have a shooter and they basically snap and then they take their lives.
Yeah, and it coincided with 44 energy because um I think on our birthday, November 14th of last year, they had the VSU shooting in Virginia State.
On our birthday, right? The three students.
Fourth day of the year, they have the MSU shooting. And we know I've continuously showed, this energy of shooting,
Right.
equal to 44. There also, as a cross correlation, there's been an increased escalation of incidents in the West Bank of Palestine
Palestine.
by way
Right, right.
of the
It's conflict
far
over there.
Zionist Israeli government that I warned you when Netanyahu comes back in, they're going to turn up. So they have been increasing the pressure. They've been violating the accord with the Temple Mount, right? So the Temple Mount family, if you're not familiar, is the one religious place that all three quote unquote religions, that's the only neutral zone, and they're supposed to respect one another's sovereign, they have different tenets, and what they said is you can't pray there.
Right.
So what did they do the minute that the Israelis came into office? They went there and prayed and violated, and they've been at war ever since. And then the Israelis
Like,
said, if you fly the Palestine flag, like I'm looking for the coordinates of Palestine in Wikipedia because they don't consider them a state. You can't even technically find their coordinates. You feel
right.
me?
Right. So the planes are off, the trains are off, the automobiles are off. They just recall Teslas, right? Because they're going crazy. They're driving on their own. So plane, trains, and automobiles are upside down right now. You know what I'm saying? Shit going crazy.
Planes, trains, and automobiles are off the rails, literally.
Off the rails. You dig?
So, yeah, the unraveling of this thing is taking place in real time. People are still in denial, you know, for whatever reason. Again, because their sensibilities are tied into the safety and the security mechanism of what this entire regime represents. So if they
Yeah.
throw
Talk,
at,
talk. I'm right here.
hmm?
Now I'm saying talk. I gotta turn my camera off real quick, but talk.
Yeah. So yeah, if they're dismissive of that, what do they have? What guardrail do they have to hold on to? They don't have any guardrail. The guardrail of this society is the safety and the security that has been promised by the quote unquote semblance of dominance that this military represents, especially via the air. But once the Eagles lose and the Eagles are scrambling, right? If America loses the quote unquote faith in the public of its air supremacy, then all of the other supremacy starts falling, and that's going to affect the dollar, because the dollar is only propped up by the faith of the people, and the faith is held together by an illusionary concept of supremacy. So, yeah, we might want to, very well get our ducks in order,
Through
literally.
military. Right. It's through military. The faith of the people, especially in America, is
Right,
directly tied through military. So if they have to get on air and admit that they have to shoot down different UAPs, and they're not explaining to you what those UAPs are, it
right.
begins to sow doubt in the minds of the people. Are they safe? And do the military have what it takes to quote unquote stop
Let's and also
UAP?
let's give some backdrop and relevancy, so the people can use their imagination to understand what might be taking place. Shout out to Dr. Stephen Greer and a lot of the other researchers who have been exposing the disclosure movement. That is a movement that has been usurped by plants. So there's things that the government and the military don't even know just taking place by what they say is a deep state, right? That has been in place for 70 years, studying information, right? Dealing with quote unquote extraterrestrial craft, if you will. So you got deep state government conflating what's considered to be, your government. You feel me? And there's a level of confusion that's going to be out of this world, because the people all the way at the top don't even know what's going on from the people that's above them in the shadows. You feel me? Rolling out some of this technology and saying that this comes from quote unquote extraterrestrials, whereas it's been reverse engineered, but it belongs to uh these the definition of fascism is a consortium of military and corporate interests that are operating for their own interests. So you got an aspect of the government that gets briefed, and you got an aspect of them that don't get briefed. Eisenhower was talking about this all the way back when. So they're getting the wake up call. Like, what are these things? We don't even know. So some of them are not in the know, and then some of them may be complicit. You feel me? But there's yeah, the psychological operations that are going on at this particular point in time are next level. So if you don't have the sense to be able to discern and decipher what you're looking at, right? And people have not been very well at doing that. They can't even tell when somebody got a knockoff page on Instagram. Yeah, I don't know. This, this this is really when, as we explained in the lecture, you have to get false religion out of the way, because you're really gonna have to rely upon whatever you consider to be your higher power in the kingdom of Christ and heaven, and all of that good stuff is within. So it's a perfect time for you really to retreat into self, because what my adage all last year was, I don't trust nobody that can't trust themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely right.
And that wasn't a personal proclamation, more so than it was something to get you thinking. If you can't trust what you see, and you don't know yourself enough to be able to listen to the signals that your higher realm and your higher force and your higher spirit is telling you, why should I have you around me? What we got in common? You know what I'm saying? Because I want to be able to listen to myself at this point. I don't need no outside interference, because everything is deep fake. You don't know what you're looking at. And if you're depending on the mainstream media to give you a signal about what's going on, they already showed you for the last 3 years that they deal with disinformation on a whole nother level, to a degree where
Highest.
they will have you choose your life over your livelihood, or your livelihood over your life. But these are the same people now that you think is going to tell you that the sky is falling. Come on, fam.
Or Chicken Little.
Right? So you know, people can you know, I mean, I don't if you live in Ohio and you smell the noxious fumes, what are you waiting for them to tell you that the air is dirty? You still waiting on the EPA report? Hmm? The governor is there in the stream with the stick showing you the chemicals in the water, but you still turning on your faucet? Like, what are we doing, fam? And that's what it's gonna come down to. Once again, like it was last year and the year before that. You know what I mean? Are you sedentary or can you get up and move in order to save your life? If you have to, are you gonna sit like a duck and wait to be plucked? Or you gonna say, what the uck? You know what I'm saying? And get to higher ground and do what's ever necessary for the continuity of your species at the end of the day, right? Because the entities that I've known, that I've come into contact with, they're very benevolent. They're not malevolent. They don't come in no cigar shaped ships with no hard ass angles. They don't have that energy on them. You know what I'm saying? They're not metallic. You feel me? These are light beings, you know, and they have always been here and they have always been observing. And every now and then they do lend a hand and assist. But this is for you to figure out. You have been given the Holy Grail and endowed with the thing to make other people envious, other entities envious throughout this universe. And you got to use that thing because if you squander it and somebody has to intercede on your behalf, then you become a slave. Then you become little son. You feel me? You don't want to enter into the galactic community like that. There's nothing noble about it. There's nothing respected about it. You feel me?
I
And you
see.
benefit from any sort of interaction with higher forms of species, and only thing that they smell on you is fear.
I see Dooley in the building. Shout
Oh,
out to Dooley, yo. The legend. Dooley.
Dooley need to tap in.
I know. I mean, I wish we had time. We got to do a show with you, Dooley. I'm
Okay,
gonna bring you in
yeah,
right
out of that.
now. If I didn't have to go do this master class, but I was just playing the facts. We no, I was playing Win in Rome, Boston, and you
Yeah,
opened up for us.
he opened up in the first one in
Yeah,
Rome,
the first
and
Win in
what
Rome.
he said then is the same thing now. He was advocating for the frequency of love, you know, to be our spaceship to get us through this thing. And now we literally here where we have to, you know, hit a whole nother frequency, family, you know, and where has man failed on this planet? Racism has been the test that we have continuously failed. We got to talk about this, y'all.
That part.
We got to walk through it. We got to walk this tough walk. You know, we have
So
to walk this talk, and we're gonna talk about it.
yes, as y'all can see on this epilogue, the information is living. We delivered. We did what we said we were gonna do. We helped speed up the process. We tapped into the quantum realm and we sped this shit up. You dig what I'm saying? We're not asking for no accolades for that either. We just come to do the work. But it's a constant and we're gonna continue to do it. So I'm gonna close this session out. We will return hopefully before Melanin Monday, you know, with some treats. And we're gonna be putting some classic shows together. We're gonna be bringing some experts on the stage. We're gonna open up the network and you know just add value. Big
Right.
fact. I'm talking about. And with that being said, I'm about to tap out. I'll let Blue finish it out. I don't know if we reached our capacity, but if y'all want to go and be a part of this free masterclass, go into this description. The link should be there. We're gonna be on Zoom because there's certain things that I can't show on YouTube because of the censors and the algorithm and shit like that. So we
Right.
broadcasting from the website KTLUniversity.com.
Yeah. Tap in, family. He is bringing value. He is bringing a conversation that will definitely prepare us and propel us into the future, because man is being encroached on from two different angles, right? It's a technological encroachment, and there's one that's considered to be, quote unquote, if you will, extraterrestrial. And both of them are beckoning him to a higher calling, not out of fear, right? But to be prepared to move into this Aquarian age. You feel me? Which is the age of technology. So, you know, the brother's giving you the tools to be duly prepared. Shout out to Dooley. You dig what I'm saying? And that brother is going to come forward, I'm sure, and speak about plant medicine and the healing that's necessary for us to get back into our heart chakras, open up these hearts and be receptive. You know what I'm saying? Stop moving through the world with a ball fist. You can only receive with an open hand. You know what I mean? Let
Real
it
AI,
together. Yeah,
almighty intelligence.
that part.
And if y'all didn't see that lecture, make sure y'all get that too. The real AI, almighty intelligence, ancestral intelligence.
That,
Shit like that.
You dig?
yeah.
So with
So
that being said,
yeah,
love and light to the family. We're gonna
Pablo.
tap back in with you.
Peace.
Oh yeah, check me out this Saturday, 4:44 p.m. High level conversations with 19 Keys, where we'll be chopping up that almighty intelligence. Peace.
To this day.